Hey y'all, it's me. Um, I just came in and I know it's kind of dark, but I hope y'all can see me. My camera on my computer is not stable. But anyway, I first off want to say a big thank you to all of you that watched my last video. I know it was a little crazy. I watched it 3 times and I'm like, girl, you need to pull it together. You need a little Ritalin in your system. But y'all, I know some of y'all can understand where I'm coming from when you just really get sick and tired of SHIT and the people that are attached to it. So I have had a lot of emotions going on lately. I'm a little emotional at the moment because it just, I talked about it in a video this morning, but I haven't uploaded it yet. I don't know, something's been going on with my internet and it's just real crazy, so I don't know, but I'll upload it later. I was addressing a few people that left some messages, and E-Boysy Baby, hey pretty lady, I got your message, and I really appreciate it. It's nice to know when somebody understands where you come from, when you express your feelings as to how you feel about your mate, whether it's your husband, your boyfriend, or your, however you want to say it, you know. I think about, I was sitting here and tears just started filling up in my eyes when I thought about all the things that I have gone through in my life and that I'm still alive here today. And I have to apologize to my Lord and Savior, my Father God, for complaining about things, for acting ungrateful, whether I knew I was being ungrateful or not, for my wrongdoings, for my wrong thoughts, for my bad attitudes and my terrible mouth, because He didn't create me that way. All of those habits are learned habits, and I knew better, and I just let life and circumstances get to me. But you know, y'all, deep down in here, I am a totally different person, and that is who I choose to be from this day forward. So let me reintroduce myself. My name is Teresa Moore Richardson. I was born Teresa Lavanya Sparrow. I was adopted and my name changed to Teresa Lavanya Moore. I was married February the 20th, 15 years ago, to a man that I grew with. We grew up, we had our ups and downs, our separations, and you know, we went through some things just as though teenagers do. I went through some heartaches, I went through some disappointments, not just with him, but in my life period. Sometimes of not understanding who I am, why was I being put in this position, knowing that I love people, and I always wanted everybody around me to be happy and to feel the joy that I felt. But it wasn't always received that way. So me growing up, living in the household that I was living in, I thought life was like that all over. My grandparents loved each other. They didn't say harsh words to each other. If they had a disagreement, it was a casual conversation that they had. They agreed to disagree or they would settle it. My grandmother was a very giving woman. I didn't care what time of day or night you knocked on her door. If you were hungry, she would feed you. I can remember being a little girl and the mailman, if the delivery truck came by, they knew her. I can remember going in stores from when she was young. They would take us back to the old neighborhood where she grew up, and listening to people talk about her and the stories and how nice she dressed and how she always smelled good. That's where I get that from. I have a thing about smelling good. I don't know why. It's just a habit. I don't have a lot of perfume, but my bath soap, y'all, I love Caress bath soap. I don't know. It's just, I could bathe with that soap 10, 12 times a day. As long as I have Caress bath soap in my house, my husband knows. If he don't see me for at least 30 minutes, if I'm not asleep or in the kitchen cooking or doing something like that, he know to come back here. I'm in the shower. So, I mean, it's just something about always smelling good. Always have my hair decent. This hairdo, I ain't quite feeling it, y'all. I'm the look that I want, but that's another story. But anyway, she was just that type of person. She had those hands. I can remember I was sick one day. I just kept, throwing up and not knowing what it was. She sat on the porch with me, and back then, guys, we had sodas in the glass bottle, the tall bottles. She fed me some ice chips and an RC to settle my stomach. I didn't throw up anything else. Here I am with my flip behind. Granny, let me do it. I know I could do it. I watched you do it. Let me do it. Put that ice and that soda in my mouth, girl. I fertilized all the bushes in front of the house. She was like, see, I told you. I don't know. But it was just something about her that stayed with me all my life. She had a big, giant cement planter box on her porch that she kept aloe plants in. She would grow aloe plants. So whenever something went wrong, she knew what to do with that aloe on your skin, whatever it would be. She would use that aloe. She always kept some honey. She always kept eggs, flour, milk, the right kind of salt, French's mustard, stuff like that. It was certain staples that she always kept in her house. And I don't know how to be by myself, because we were never by ourselves. I wouldn't care what day of the week it is. She could cook a big pot of neck bones. And y'all, when I look up, we got a house full of people. Neck bones, collard greens, cornbread, sweet potato pie, peach cobbler. I could go on and on. And that was like that 7 days a week. 7 days a week. I watched her make things from her hands. She worked on the car. All kind of stuff she did. But she was a beautiful woman. Had the prettiest little bow legs. That was my granny. God used her to save me. As an infant, under 2 months old, she took me and she kept me. My mother left me one day. She was in a bar that had a pool table, games and jukebox and all that kind of stuff, and left me. I was only a few months old, and I had on a diaper. She left me sitting on the pool table. And somebody called my grandmother, because they knew who my father was, to let her know, we have your baby here, but we cannot find her mother. So from that day forward, she kept me. I can remember being in 2nd grade, and my dad picked me up and had my sister with me, which was his daughter from another woman. And we went to one of her hangout spots, and there she was. And he told me, you stay in the car. She came outside, and he put the papers on top of the car, and she signed over her rights to me. Just like that. Didn't say hey. Didn't look my way. She went back in. like nothing ever happened. And it was sad. It's sad to me now, but as a little girl, I can't tell you how I felt. But all my life, that's what I encountered with my birth mother. But my grandmother always showed me love. Never made me feel like I was not accepted. But I was shy. I never really developed who I was because I was afraid that if I gave them any trouble, that they would send me back to where I came from. So I dealt with that all of my life. And up until a year ago, I dealt with that all my life. Biting my tongue till I could chew it off. Because I didn't want to hurt people's feelings. I didn't want to rub people the wrong way. But people would easily do it to me. I was always, yes, was my first, middle, and last name. Yes. I had people use me. I went to school for cosmetology, but I didn't finish because that's when I realized I had asthma. I got sick, and I was out of school for 6 weeks. That's almost the entire semester. But I had asthma and I had pneumonia several times. I was sick. And they found out that I had asthma and that the chemicals that we were using were really irritating me. So I didn't ever go back, even as an adult, because that was a hard thing to deal with. Anybody that have asthma and you have triggers that set you off, yeah, I didn't want to deal with that. So I stayed away from anything that would set me off. So dealing with cosmetology school and everything that I learned over the years, because I'm a doer. I like to do things with my hands. I'm not one you pick up the book and read it and I instantly got it. No, I have to do things with my hands. So I would do my little class. Well, I taught preschool at a church. They had a school. And every day at nap time, I would take 3 or 4 little girls and I would bring all my supplies and I would comb their hair, wash it, everything I had to do. And I did it within 4 hours every day for an entire summer. During the school year, I would do maybe 2 if they were in my class. But it did something to me. Not to say that I did your child hair. You should have come. No. To see a little girl smile. She's standing there all pretty in her little dress and her little hair barrettes and her little earrings and her ruffled socks. Yeah, I did all of that. Because I always wanted people to feel special. Even little boys. I cut their hair, bring my clippers and antiseptic, everything. Take them home with me if their parents couldn't come get them. You need me to take them home? I'll take them home with me. You just tell me what time to bring them home. I fell in love with those children, even though I had 3 of my own. And each time that I had a child, I can remember God placing a child in my life that I would have to care for. Because He was preparing me for me taking care of my own. I remember working at First United Methodist Church. They had a daycare center. And when I started, they had 2 babies there that were disabled. Doctor told their parents they would never walk, they would never sit up. But I don't know. I guess it was God telling me, yes, they will. But I need you to do this. And every single day I would get those babies and take them to my class. And I would sit there and I would put them on, get a clean blanket, put it on the floor, and let them lay there. And I would rub their little legs or stretch them out and massage their little bodies with lotion. And I stand them up on their legs, hold them. Whatever I had to do, smile at them, talk to them, play with them. And to this day, those children can walk. One little girl, I call her Suge. She was my sugar baby. She was born in May, right after my birthday. And she was born with her hip joints turned the opposite direction. Her thigh bones were too short, so she never learned how to bend her knees. She couldn't walk like that. She walked on her hands when she did learn how to walk. But I see her pictures on her mother's Facebook page, and we keep in contact. And whenever I had a child or a birthday or something, she would bring her. And of course, she's not black, she's white. And you would think, a lot of times opposite races don't keep in contact like that. But they kept in contact with me, and I kept in contact with them no matter what color they were. And I got at least 6 of my kids that were from infants when I looked after them, because I worked at that center for 9 years. For 9 years. And here they are now, 16 and 17 years old. Some of them are not that old, but it's some of them that are that old, and we still keep in contact. And it is a true blessing to me. And to see them, how smart they are, and the things that they're doing, and to know that, God used me to help in some way. So y'all, I'm full of emotions right now. I learned so much from my grandmother. I cannot express what I'm feeling right now. Tomorrow is my 15-year wedding anniversary. And my husband is so concerned because we didn't plan to do anything. We said we were going to go out of town, but it's on a Wednesday. So I don't know what to do. I don't really have it in me to do anything. I don't really want to do anything but spend time with him and my children. Whether we sit home on the floor and play Twister or Taboo, or we go and rake up the yard in the back, or we paint the shed, I don't care what it is, as long as I spend time with them. That's what matters to me. But he's concerned because he was like, it's our 15-year, baby. We didn't have a wedding. We didn't have a wedding reception. We've never had a big type of celebration. But I don't feel as though I have more than this many people that I could count on both hands that would literally be ecstatic to come and share and celebrate with us. I mean, everybody likes a good party. Everybody likes a free meal. But I don't think they would even come. They will come and eat. But I want somebody that's going to be there that wants to celebrate us. It's not about coming and picking and fixing 9 or 10 plates and putting foil on them and go put them in the car and come back. That's not what that's all about. Not for me. Not this year. I'm in a new space. That's why I choose to not be negative towards people. To not what you want? You always looking for the phone. Where your cell phone?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. A crazy chick. Come here, Ashley. Come here.
Well, what did I do?
This is my baby, y'all. They say she look like me. She don't look like me, does she?
She look like me.
Y'all see her hair? I put her in there, y'all. When I tell y'all that hair so nappy up on the deck.
Don't you ain't got to put me out like
yes,
that.
Yes, I am. I told her I'm gonna beat it. Like, woo!
Sorry.
You would know, y'all.
Don't talk about me.
I'm gonna talk about you. Yes, I am. She got the stupidest feet I have ever seen. She could be just walking. She was walking and tripped. I mean, that girl fall all the time. I told her, is your head too big? What is it? Your ears clogged up? Something is throwing your equilibrium off, because it ain't fun. She fall literally. It don't be nothing in the floor, and she just fall. And I was like, Did you go to sleep while you were walking? What's up? I don't know, but that's my baby, y'all. That girl crazy as a chicken. Do you hear me? And she just tripped this big behind cord right here. Did she not pick up her feet? I don't know. But anyway, that's my baby. She'll be back out the door in a minute. She Oh goodness, I guess I needed that. But anyway. So yeah, I mean I've been there, y'all. I've done a lot of things. I haven't done a lot of things that I wanna do. Um I learned so much from her. I learned so much over the years that I want to hold on to. I want to let go of all the negative. So when I have rants, y'all, and you hear me say I want to choose my words wisely, and then I get to rolling. Yeah, those feelings come back, but I'm still holding on. Hey, Teresa, don't let it go. Don't let it go. So I know I come across as kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. Anybody that get angry look like they're a little touched and might need to be collecting an SSI check. They can give me one if they want, and I spend that too. But anyway, I know I have a problem with spending. I do. I do. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll spend your check, my check, 9 million other people check. I'll spend it. Give it to me. I will spend it. And I don't know a woman that won't. My husband, we started saying, Teresa, we need to save some money. You need some. I think I might have $3 worth of change in my purse. It's a sad thing, but when my husband and my children are concerned in my household, I will spend every dime I got. That's just it. So, E-Boysy baby, I thank you for your message this morning. Asia, I thank you for your message this morning. I am a superstar too. I thank you for your message. I know you was messing with me, and if they give me a check, I'm gonna take that one too. Blackys Child, thank you. And I want you to try that makeup. Seriously, I want you to try it. Not that I feel like you need makeup, because I don't, because you're a beautiful black woman. Yes, you are. And I just, whatever a woman feel like she want to add to herself to enhance her sexiness, all of that, you do it. As long as you ain't hurt nobody. I mean, if I wasn't afraid of plastic surgery, I'd have some work done on my butt. And a little liposuction and a tummy tuck, I sure would. But I gotta love me. My husband love these love handles. It's what keep him warm at night. He the turned sideways in the bed. He lay on me. So I got to hold on to this. I do want to lose my stomach. I do. But a lot of times you start losing certain parts and you lose others. And I want to hold on to the booty. I know my hips ain't going nowhere because that's a bone. That ain't fat. That's a bone. It's been like that since I was in third grade. I have had hips in third grade. I'm going to call you back in a few minutes. All right. So, it's some things like I used to didn't wear makeup, but because I have sensitive skin, every month when my period come around, I get zits in my face. I don't have to scratch them or nothing. It'll leave a mark. So I rather cover that up. That's my choice. But y'all, I love y'all. I really do, and I know times get hard. You be in relationships. We cover up our scars, makeup, hair weave, clothes. We cover up our hurt. We camouflage the things we're going through. I had somebody tell me I was working and at a child care center, and the majority of the staff was black. I think we only had 2 white people that worked there. The new pastor came in, and when he came around to every classroom, his first question was, why is all the staff black? I said, you know why? Because you got a lot of white people don't want to clean nobody behind. They don't want to do this work. Because when you are a child care worker, you are mother, teacher, doctor, psychologist, janitor, you cook, all of that stuff. You all of that during the day. And a lot of people didn't feel like they should be able to take out the trash. They didn't have to change diapers. They don't have to sweep and mop up. They don't have to wash dishes. They don't have to wash the blankets. They don't want to have to fold them up. They don't want to have to do none of that stuff. But it's the same thing I was used to doing when I was at home. So it didn't matter to me. So when I watch his foot, who was that behind you? So whatever I did to care for my children, I'm going to do the same for somebody else. Yes, I am. And it didn't matter to me. But I told him that that's what, I guess that's just a part of me. I can't tell you why the majority of the staff, why other people might feel like, but that's my opinion. Because I done had several of them come in and tell me, oh, I ain't doing that. Okay, well, you can go home. That is a part of your job description. You have to take out the trash. We clean the bathrooms. All of that old good stuff. You ain't there to sit on your behind all day and read ABCs. It's a lot into caring for children. You got to make sure their environment is clean and sanitary and enriching. We're not going to go there either. But anyway, he set up the pastor did set up a time that he wanted to interview each staff member in front of the board of the church. And the board of the church consisted of members, and I don't mean people that make under $150,000 a year. Okay? There were judges, wives, doctors, lawyers. All of these kind of people went to this church. And some of the parents that were on the board were children were in the child care center. So I was nervous, y'all. I was so nervous. And when I went in, I had already met some of the I didn't know these people were on the board, but I saw them every day at the church. And when I sat down, I saw familiar faces. So I was able to sit up straight, and I was able to smile, and I'm waving at people. That was just me. You know, it was supposed to have been a serious occasion. I wasn't clowning and showing my behind, but I was just being me. So he said, well, Teresa, can you tell us about yourself? Before I could even open my mouth, there was a young lady, well, she was a parent, and her son's name was Joey. She began to talk. She said, well, let me interrupt. You know, and she just went on to talk. She said, I can tell you from day one of her being here, she has always had a smile on her face, no matter what. She has always given more than she should as far as taking care of our children. Y'all, and it's hitting me to hear people say that about you, but they don't say it on a daily basis. And here I am. This was my job, being on the line. And then to have this lady this is Joey's mom. I know her. Joey, I had Joey since he was 8 months old, and he was now 4 years old. So I knew him and his mom. But then you have this lady sitting across the table that come in every Wednesday when we have Bible study for the children. She come in, she read a story, they sing, all of that. To see her sit there, and I see her every day, but I don't realize who she is. Her husband is a judge in here in Jacksonville, and I mean a very well known one, but I didn't know it. But for me to smile at this lady every day and talk to her, and she wrap her arms around me, y'all. And I don't mean no harm, but you know you got some white people, the real high class ones who husbands bring home millions of dollars. A lot of times they look at people that are dark like me and they be like, you know, I know that's here in town. I don't know about nobody else, but they talk to you from a distance. She wasn't like that. She would get and sit on the floor beside me with her beautiful $3,000 suits on, her stockings and her heels and her hat she wore every day, and the hair be good and spritzed out. Her makeup and her beautiful, I mean, big baubles she used to wear. And for him to call her name, because we always called her something else, but for him to call her name and he tell me this is so and so, and I was like, well, yeah, I know. And I was like, oh, okay. And then for her to have something, she always give you a smile. She always greets you with love. She's always caring. And then to go around, you got 25 people at a table, and they all have something beautiful to say about you. It sticks with you. And I have to remind myself, okay, this is how you're supposed to be. God created you this way. Don't give up on it. No matter what people do to you, no matter what they say to you, you're not a mistake. He gave you that heart so big for you to share it with other people. He gave you that caring spirit. He gave you that easygoing. He gave you that peace. He gave you all of that for a reason, because he knew that there will be a day will come that I will need to touch somebody, that I will need to say, hey, sugar, how you doing? To do something, to say something, to not be afraid to tell y'all, I have been messed up. I have been made some wrong decisions trying to be somebody else, because everybody was like the nice girl finished last. But just know this, I'm not going to finish last, because my race is not over. God created me. He has ordered my steps. I may have veered off the path of the life that he chose for me, but he's still with me no matter what. I don't care. I don't care what you do in relationships, y'all. Your husband may cheat on you. Your wife may cheat on you. He may talk to you like you garbage. Whatever it may be, you just hold on. You continue to pray. You continue to trust God. Because nothing we can do as a woman, if you're doing everything that you're supposed to as a woman, let alone as a wife, as God's child, and he still go out there, and I'm speaking from first-hand experience. I have always believed in being my husband's everything. And yeah, but yet that don't stop his stuff from getting hard and his balls getting tight, and he looking at somebody else and wanting to taste that. People talk to me, my kids talked to me the other night, and it was like, Mama, have you ever felt like Daddy was cheating on you? And I said, yeah. They got, oh God, they started, was like, my son didn't even want to talk about it. He was like, I don't want to hear that. And I was like, why not his life? I don't think Daddy would do that. I said, let me tell you something. It's not about what you think. It's about who that person is and what they choose to do in life. So ladies, men, all of you, anybody that watched this video, all you can do is be yourself. Be kind. Be loving. I have always been I love to clean my house. I love to cook my husband meals. I wash his clothes. I iron his clothes. I do all of that. I cut his hair. But that won't stop him. If he decide to go out and pop the wheelie with somebody else, he gonna do just that. Because it's a decision. It's not about how I make him feel. Because I know me, honey. And yeah. It ain't all about that. It's about him being a man. It's about him having discipline, not being greedy. Or it's about your mate, period. So never say what your mate won't do, because you never know. I don't care how beautiful you are. I don't care how big your booty is. I don't care how pretty your skin is. I don't care how long your legs, your hair, how green your eyes may be. At some point in life, it may happen. They may think the grass is green on the other side, and they want to go and lay down in it. But what they don't know, they'll come up with poison ivy, because you will be scratching for days until you repent and pray that that person forgive you and y'all move on. Some people don't ever recover from that. Some people just be like, okay, that's it, bye. I thank God that we have stayed together for so many years, and we're still learning how to be a couple. Excuse me, because you never get used to that, because we change as we get older. I'm not as patient now as I was back then when I was younger. I run my mouth more now than I did when I was younger. Okay? We change as we get older. So when you got a person that you with, y'all gonna change. That person may not be the same, and they're not gonna stay the same. In some way, they're gonna change. But that's when you try to adapt to meet them halfway. I'm not telling you to stay in an abusive relationship. That's a no-no. I'm not telling you to stay in a relationship and you feel like you just cannot handle it. You have to assess your own situation. Find out what it is you want. If you feel like you can forgive him, if you feel like you could trust him to say, baby, I'm sorry, I was wrong, and I will never do that again. All you can do is take somebody at their word. And you know what? If they choose to go and do it again, okay, I'm going to leave. That's it. That's it. All you can do is take people at their word. It's a beautiful thing to have somebody in your life. It really is. It's a beautiful thing. I look at my children and to thank God chose that moment that my husband and I came together. He chose that moment to use us to bring his children into this world. I look at my husband. Y'all, he had on some Dickies last night. He loved Dickies. That's how casual he is. Whoo, baby. I was looking at him like, oh my goodness. Okay. But anyway, it's just little things. Ladies, whether it's your boyfriend, whether it's your husband, enjoy him. The little things, you look at him, little sideburns, or the way he smiled, or the way he cut his hair, or the way he put his pants on. It's something about that man that turns you on. Enjoy it. It's a blessing to have somebody in your life. And for those of you that don't have somebody, enjoy you. Enjoy finding out who you are. Enjoy developing your relationship with the man, with God. I'm going to stop saying the man upstairs, because he don't live upstairs over me. He is all of that. He is all of above. He is God Almighty. It's a blessing, y'all. I look at my children. My daughter came in here when she was a baby, and my husband and I, we weren't married yet, but we were going through it. He was really going through his little whorish stages back then, and we had broken up, and I turned over one night. She was in the bed with me, just laying there, just kicking and laughing. And I turned over, and I looked in her face. Y'all, I boo-hoo cried like a baby. Do you hear me? Because all I saw was his face. She got his eyebrows, his no child. It was a mess. I was a mess. Do you hear me? I had to lock my door, and I wasn't but 17 years old. But I was a crying somebody. I was hurt. I was hurt. I was mad. I was like, mm. I locked my room door and I cried till I could get it all out. I look at my children. I look at my little Corey. And I had one of my subscribers ask me who he was. That is my last child, Mr. Corey. And if I'm going to upload, I don't know if I did it, but a video of him singing. I know I have one, but he likes to sing. He likes music, guys. And he likes to dance. And you could check back in my videos and check out my family, y'all. We're not perfect at all. We just love each other. We like to have fun and laugh and be goofy. We get on each other's nerves. I tell them, go find your square somewhere. You need to go find a square. Stand there till you can get yourself together. Go put your nose on the wall, something. Like they do you when you're in school. You put that dunce cap on you. Go stand over there in the corner till you can get yourself together. We all feel like that. But they mine, and I love them. They blessings. My daughter started her new job today. She is in her second year in college. She will be through with her bachelor's degree soon. And I'm so proud of her. She's made the dean list for the second time. So she's doing some good things. And she's going to start school this summer for her bachelor's degree. And she's this new position she got. I think it's something dealing with medical records. Whatever it is, she wants to get a bachelor's degree in some form of medicine. She's doing business administration right now. But I look at all my children. My son, he has his own t-shirt business. And he likes to draw. He likes to skateboard. And my 18-year-old, I went shopping for her prom dress the other day, and I really enjoyed seeing her face light up, and she got all excited and all of that old good stuff. It just brought back memories of me when I went to my prom, and I just want her to enjoy herself. And I overspent on the jewelry and all that kind of stuff, and I thought her dad was gonna fuss because he gave me a certain kind of budget, but I went beyond that, and he was like, it's alright. So paying for senior dues, grad night, prom, cap and gown, pictures, prom dress, jewelry, and accessories. We haven't even gotten the shoes and did the hair yet. So yeah, I blew my budget all the way out the water. But I hope that she's happy. And for my little ones, all they want us to do was go to Chuck E. Cheese the other day. Chuck E. Cheese. And once they got their report cards, Dad was like, you bring me your report card. Mia, if you're not talking in class, then you get to go to Chuck E. Cheese. So every report card she get to do something special. I took her last weekend. She was like, Mommy, I want to go to the flea market. She likes to go to the flea market. They have the best hamburgers at that flea market. So I took the girls last Sunday to the flea market, and Jalen and I, we had a funnel cake. Y'all, I love funnel cakes. Woo! Now that I know they sell them, baby. What's today? Tuesday? Come Saturday, if it's God's will, I will be at the flea market to get me a funnel cake. $2.13 for a big behind 9-inch funnel cake. Yeah. My nose itching. It's gonna be all of that. Yes, it is. So y'all know I like to eat, and my jelly rolls full of food. But that's my family. Little Corey, all Corey want to do is listen to music. And that's sad. He want to sing. He want to listen to music. Just stuff like that. He'll go outside and play in the dirt. But like buying him bicycles and stuff like that, he got them. He don't want to ride them. You just get him your cell phone and you ain't got to worry about him the rest of the day. Y'all go subscribe to my baby. He don't know no difference. But y'all subscribe to his he got a little YouTube page. It's called Koki's World. Kokie. Koki. Koki's World. His name is Corey and I call him Koki. And I'm gonna be uploading some of his videos to his page if my internet don't go out again. It just came back on, y'all. Cause I'm looking at it on my phone. I had to call my cell phone company because my wireless would not work. I don't know why, but y'all, I'm gonna try to I want me a t-shirt made. Say, hey sugar. It's pink and with hot pink and black with black and white letters on it. It's gonna say, hey sugar. Yeah, I'm gonna see can I go on there. I got some, that's why I told y'all I got so much stuff on my head. I got some jewelry, handbags, all that kind of stuff that I'm trying to get together. But every time I start, y'all, I get sidetracked. I gotta take care of my family first. My daughter got this new job and she was going to buy her a car. She got into an accident last year and we just found out that her license is suspended. So we got to find out how to get that taken care of. She paid all the tickets, but they still suspended. So we got to get a lawyer for that to find out what's going on. She didn't hit nobody. Somebody hit her. But I guess whoever was didn't have no insurance. Some kind of way. It's some boo-boo in the game. But you know what, Lord? I thank you. I thank you. They gave her a ticket because she was turning. Somebody hit her. He came from around the truck speeding because he didn't want to stop. So he went around the truck and just ran right into her. She was already turning. Just totaled her little car. So she don't have a car right now. So we just got some things going on as a family, y'all. And I'm full of emotions. I'm thinking about my anniversary tomorrow. And what can I do special for my husband? Because he's got to work. If he was off, then I know we could really do something. But I wanna go somewhere and eat with him. But I really want to spend it with him and my children. I know that's for me and him. But y'all just don't know. I every year for the last 15 years, the last 14 years, we've taken our anniversary and we have been separate from our children. And we've gone out of town for a weekend, whatever it may be. We've never spent our anniversary with our children. So I'm going to be grateful to do that tomorrow. I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. I just miss him right now. I do. I'm a little emotional because it's been a long road, y'all. I told y'all, I understand where Tina coming from, dealing with the baby mama and all of that. That's another chapter in my life, y'all. And the difference between me and Tina is he had that baby before they got married and didn't tell her. No, this one came after we got married, and I was like, oh, really? Okay. Yeah, so okay, I know what time it is. And dealing with family and not knowing who you are. And I look at my sisters sometimes and I don't want to say I feel jealous, but I can't relate to them when they talk about my birth mother. I have to sit there and listen. They talk about how clean she was and how stern she was as far as discipline. They tell me all the time, you just like Bonnie. You act just like she did. She ain't play about them kids being hard-headed and all that kind of stuff. And, you just like Bonnie, fixing stuff. And I don't know nothing about her that way, y'all. I don't. I only know what people tell me. I had a lady in the meat store one day. She was like, hey, you got a sister? Look just like you. I said, no. I don't have a sister that favor me. I say, now my mom do. I favor my mom, and I would proceed to tell her who she was, and she was like, "Shh, God, you sure right. Oh my God, Yvonne," and she called her name Yvonne, and that's my mama's name. She was like, "Girl, come here." She just hugged me. She was just like, "You look just like your mama." She was like, "Girl, your mama was my best friend. I knew, I kept looking at you and I was like, you look like somebody. Do you have a sister or somebody that?" And I was like, "It's my mom." And she was like, "Girl, that's my friend. You tell her when you see her, when you go home and you see your mama, you tell her so and so said, hey." And she said, "Girl, your mama was something else. You talking about mean?" She said, when she get mad, you can forget it, cause she go all the way." And my husband, first thing he said, "Oh, that's where you get that from." I know nothing about my mother. Like I said in the last video, I sat across from my mother, just like I'm looking at myself in this camera. She didn't know who I was. The closest I got to my mother, to even be still with her for longer than 15 minutes, was on her deathbed. And I stood there, and the nurse grabbed my hand and put it on the back of her head back here, to show me that her body was taking on fluid, that her kidneys were no longer working, that all the antibiotics and the fluids that they were giving her was filling up in her body. It was not coming out anymore. And they had taken white cotton patches and wet them and put them on her eyes, because her body was filling up, and it was pushing, the white parts of her eyes, like the inside. You know how you pull your eyelid down? All of that was starting to come out, and they didn't want her eyes and stuff to dry out. It was just awful, y'all. I don't even know how I felt. I was crying, and I was just so confused. I was like, how can you ask me if her heart stopped? Do you resuscitate? I'm not God. If he chooses for her heart to stop, it's meant for her to go. I can't tell you that. I don't know enough about her for me to even have an opinion on what you do with her. I didn't know. And I stood there, and the lady was like, "Well, I give her by 8 p.m. tonight to live." But the way that her body's taking on fluid, and her kidneys not working, and she's no longer breathing on her own. Her lungs are hard as a brick, and all of this kind of stuff. And I'm standing there looking at her, and she don't even know I'm there. And I was talking to her, and that was the first time I ever was able to touch her hair, or touch her face, or even touch her hand. And she was cold. Soft, but cold. She not even be able to say, "My baby." And the kicker is, I'm the only one of her children that look exactly like her. I have that sensitive skin like her. All of that. I'm the only one look exactly like her. But everybody else know of her, and how she was, and how she cooked, and all that. I don't know any of that. All I have is negative memories. Nothing that I could say will make me smile. I have images of her casket. I have images of her. She came and got me one day, I remember, and took me to her sister house. And my little sister was outside playing upstairs. There was a duplex, playing with somebody upstairs, and it started to drizzle. And she sent me, "Go up there and tell Rhonda I said get down these stairs. It's raining." That's how she said it. I don't even remember how old I was, y'all, but I could see myself walking out the burglar door and going up those cement, not teal blue, sea foam green stairs, knocking on that door. "Rhonda, Mama said come on downstairs." And then I turn around, and here she is. She hit me. "Get your behind down them stairs." I'm like, "But you just told me to cut." She just started hitting me. And I was like, oh my goodness. I just started crying. It was a phone booth right down at the bottom of the steps. and I hit zero, I want to place a collect call. I call my grandmother. I say, come get me. And I told her what happened. I didn't never like her no more after that. I didn't want to be bothered with her. I didn't want to see her. Nothing. And my brother tell me all the time, I used to see your mama all the time and she asked about you. But whenever she would come to see me, she would sit there long enough to look at me and be like, you so pretty. Miss Ann, you got a couple of dollars I could borrow so I could catch the bus home? My grandmama would go in the bank and give her the money. Well, I'm going to go because I want to catch this next bus. She get on the bus. She don't even get on the bus. She leave out the house, walk down the driveway, make a right, go to the corner, make a left, go to the corner store. I can go stand on the front porch like this and look down to the left, and I guarantee you she'll be coming back the other way, going to the street behind me, which was her sister's mother-in-law house. She'd go back there and beg them for money too. And she would have a beer in a little brown paper bag in her hand. Ain't caught the bus nowhere. I guess that's why I'm so open with my children about a lot of things, because I want them to be in tune with being a caregiver, loving in spite of. Continue to be who you are no matter what your circumstances are around you. Don't let people in life change you. Always try to be a blessing to somebody. People gonna give you their hand to kiss, up, down, sideways, all around. They may even lift it up, spread their cheeks, and tell you to kiss the crack. People will treat you like you boo-boo on the bottom of their shoe. But God is able, y'all. He is real. And I can't say that enough. He is real. I have felt his healing power in my body. I have seen him work. I haven't seen some of the miracles that he can do, but I know that he's real. And he brought you guys to me. He did. And I'm grateful. Because y'all don't have to click like. This is just me. And you know that they got that saying, my shit stink just like anybody else's. I'm not perfect. But what I want to give to you is what I didn't get. I know what that feels like to be alone. I know what that feels like not to have anybody to talk to. Because you thinking, okay, are they going to go back and tell it to some so-and-so? I know what that feels like. I know what that feels like to be cheated on. I know what that feels like to be talked about. Is that all you and your husband do is lay up and have children? I said, why you counting the hairs on my coochie? Why you worrying about who do what in me? You don't contribute no ends. I work every day. You need to get you another job because you don't make enough money. How do you know what the flux I make? And I didn't say F-U-C-K. I said flux. Okay. Don't worry about that. I had to go to, when my daughter was in the hospital when she was born premature. You know, you have paperwork and stuff to fill out and showing them my income, and the man was like, how do you make it on the money that you make? I said, you know, it's a man, his name is G-O-D, and he has a son named J-E-S-U-S. They create miracles. They issue out blessings. That's how. They work wonders. Yes, they do. My children don't look, I don't work nowhere. But my oldest daughter, she take care of what she have to as far as her schooling is concerned. Let me call you right back. Alright. She She's got to pay for school this summer out of her pocket. My son, he's working part-time now. My husband is full-time. So in between him not working, he is doing his t-shirt thing. My 18-year-old is still in school, and it's just life, y'all. It's just life. I try not to be about that drama because that's not what I want. But I know those are the pages that's getting the most views. But I'd rather help somebody because that's not why I came here. Everybody wants to make money at something that they're good at. But I can't say that I'm good at this. I can't say that. I just do it. And you know, they send me all kind of stuff from AdSense and Google every single day. They sent me something yesterday about making banners and doing all of this stuff to my page. You are now able to do such and such. We're trying to make it to where we're making changes to all kind of stuff as far as, you know, because I know a lot of people tell me they can't see my videos on their phones. But now Google is working on to where whatever you look at on your computer, you can look at it on, it'll come across the same way on your phone. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I don't know how to create no banners, and they give you all these numbers to go by. Child, boo. That's just like looking at Japanese. So, y'all, I'm just working my way through it. And I just want to thank y'all for loving me for who I am. Ladies, be strong. Love yourself. Love everything about yourself. Don't let a man use you just for his sexual satisfaction. I don't care how good it feels. I love it just like anybody else. But make a man respect you, because that's a gift. That's a gift to a man. Because if you look at a man, if he can't get that to help release some of that stress and tension that he under, he might darn near explode. And I'm here to tell you, I've seen it. Not that they explode, but I see how tense and stressed, and I see how just that if you take 15, 20 minutes and you become intimate with a man, and you exploring every part of his body and he exploring every part of yours, you can release some serious tension.
You see my contact case?
I put it in the zipper part of your purse.
Which part?
Look in whatever zipper you have on your purse. Come here. Here's my other one, y'all. Come here, girl.
You can't even see me.
Say hey.
Hey.
It's Janae. Ain't she awful? Looking for her contact lenses. But anyway, love yourself. Make him respect you. It's a blessing God created. If y'all think about it, he created a man with a penis. He gave a woman a vagina that is actually a hole that is created to fit around his penis. That's a blessing. That means a man and a woman was supposed to be together. You think about it, ladies. The next time you're intimate with a man, when he lay down on top of you, don't he just fit there? His pelvic bone is, especially if you've been with a man for X amount of time, it's like my husband's pelvic bone is in the right spot for me. His chest, his body, my body makeup, everything is just right for him. When you get married, just know you are now connected to this person when you start having sex with him. And every time you have sex with a man, you're giving away a part of yourself. Because it's a beautiful thing to have sex with somebody and it don't ever get boring. You always enjoy it like it's the first time. I don't get butterflies all the time, but I get them. When a man kisses you on your neck, when he look at you like he can eat you with a It's a blessing to have a husband, because your relationship is now blessed by God. Nothing that you're doing with your husband is now a sin. And you can enjoy whatever you do with him as long as it's between the two of you. without consequence. So ladies, I'm not telling y'all to go out and marry the first Tom or Dick that you find. But trust God and pray to him that he send the right man for you. You can't find him. I wasn't looking for my husband. I wasn't. Me and him couldn't stand each other at first because, you know, I was being a little, I guess, I was acting, what, you ain't all that, I was acting like that. He didn't like that because he was used to women sweating him like Nana going north. But I saw him, I saw them bow legs, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to get that, you going to be mine. He didn't like that. He was used to being the dominant one. And that was not me, y'all, and I don't know where that came from. Because I was so shy back then, I wouldn't even dress out in PE because I was shy, I didn't like nobody looking at me. Can you imagine? Yeah. So, I know it wasn't nothing but fate and destiny. A blessing. Grace and mercy. Divine intervention. Whatever you want to call it. So, y'all just hold on. I'm here for y'all. We go through stuff every day. I've got some girlfriends and I done told them, y'all, some of y'all going through the same thing at the same time and y'all just don't know. He will make your enemy your footstool. He will provide all of your needs according to his riches and glory. This is an hour-long video, y'all, and I'm sorry. And I don't know how to split it up into several different videos without erasing it, so y'all just, I hope y'all watch. I love y'all. Bye, Subbies.